What's cracking, everybody? Y'all know what the lick read. We we gonna be getting into something special today. You know, I ain't even gonna hold y'all up too long. You feel me? I ain't even gonna wait to see if any cousins saying something in the chat because I already know they've been, you know what I'm saying, they've been trying to see who gonna be first. And I seen somebody commented yesterday talking about happy Saturday. You can't be cheating like that, man.
They be
What's
on it.
popping, y'all on Instagram, man? Y'all come up on YouTube. Y'all know the lick read, man. I just had Instagram up just so y'all know I'm live. That's where it started. It started over there. It started on Instagram, so I still show them a little bit of love, even though I don't like Instagram like that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's all a part of Al Gore's internet, man. Y'all already see who I'm up in here with. Y'all see the
yeah.
wave cap. Y'all see the wave cap. Y'all know what the lick read. The
Know how
wave
that
cap
go.
in the building. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna hold y'all too long. For anybody that's watching the replay, I'm gonna go ahead and get the marketing and advertising stuff out the way early, man. Cause we ain't gonna hold the special guests up too long. So I'm gonna get it out the way early. First of all, if you got a computer, go to www.thenewtli.com and get you some Spider Gang merch. You feel me? Get you some Spider Gang merch. Go support my daughter. Her name Alexandria Cartwright. Whole lot of people call her Lex. Some call her Learn with Lex. Some call her Trader Lex. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and share the screen right now so y'all know where to go to support my. I gave her the birth name of Alexandria Cartwright when she was born. She trying to get away from it. You know what I'm saying? You got to go to shop wealthwalks.com. You see it's in there. As soon as I type shop, you see what popped up. Cause I'm always supporting my kids, man. Come on now. It's summertime, school out. She ain't got to go back to school for a little while. You know what I'm saying? She needs some summertime change. Y'all go support my daughter. Alexandria Cartwright, wealthwalk.com. Y'all go to Prolific Prosperity.com. Support my homegirl Draco. She got a little combine thing she doing tomorrow. I mean, this Saturday. It's a conflict of interest with what I'm doing this Saturday, but I support my folk, man. Y'all pull up prolificprosperity.com. If you on Instagram and you like dogs, you know what I'm saying? If you on Instagram and you like dogs, go to, what is it? Fluffies? Nah, it ain't Fluffies. It's Bully. Get in the right spot, Tim. Bully Franchise, right? Bully underscore franchise. And go get you some dogs, man. Let me show you my favorite dog on here. This one right here, that's my favorite dog on here. Y'all don't see the stance. Y'all don't see the stance. He might sound like, arf, 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 but he got a mean stance, man. Stop playing with the dog, man. And then this my other favorite. I call it a fat boy. I don't know what they call him for real, but I call it a fat boy. Y'all go get y'all a dog, man. If y'all like dogs, I don't even like dogs, and I like them dogs. Anyway, man, that's my family, man. Oh yeah, one more, Jammin' Life, www. This my homegirl Briscoe, www.myjammy JAMIILIFE.com. Now watch y'all don't do it right. Watch y'all don't do it. Yep, I ain't do it right. My Jammin'. Oh, I got too many W's. That's why. Boom. There you go. MyJammingLife.com. Yep, that's my homegirl Briscoe. That ain't Briscoe right there. I don't know who them light-skinned ladies is on here, but that ain't Briscoe. But y'all go support. That's closer to Briscoe there. Y'all go support Briscoe too, man. That's my family. Them the folk I know. Them the folk I rock with. Them. Oh, if y'all like to eat, Scott's Creations. You see this right here? Scott's Creations. This dude is a culinary genius. You feel me? You see what these is? These menus. It's a menu for the week of May 30th, menu for them menus. He giving you the menus of what to eat, keeping you healthy, eating good. You feel me? Then if you go to the reels, you go to, not the reels, it's the videos. Go to the videos. You know what I'm saying? You go to the videos. He be on here showing you how to cook stuff. You feel me? Scott's Creations. This is the real Travis Scott, by the way. This ain't the rapper. This the cook. Y'all feel me? Now I done got all of the I done got all of the, what you call it, the why you should shop here stuff out of the way early. Now we gonna get into why y'all actually here, man. Y'all here to listen to this young man right here. This, yeah, I say young man cause you know why I say young man? Cause I'm almost 50. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I got kids almost this young man age. Are they doing what he doing? Nah, they not. Am I disappointed? Nah, I'm not, cause they gonna get there. You feel me? This young man right here, you know what I'm saying, got a beautiful family. You know what I'm saying? He got his head on his shoulders. All of us used to be in the streets before, man. He used to be in the streets. Yeah, come on, man. Don't judge people by their past, man. Come on, this man moving on. You know what I'm saying? He out here educating his homeboys now. You know what I'm saying? He out here educating his homeboys and homegirls on how to get their reparations out the market, man. He out here helping people. He ain't no mentor, but he's your mentor's favorite mentor, man. He the OG cousin. He the OG cousin that everybody know. You know what I'm saying? He the first fruit from the Come Up series. You feel me? Ask anybody about the Come Up series, they say Mark Jolin and who? Y'all know who? Mark Jolin and who? Now look at him. Mark Jolin and who? You feel me? That's what everybody say whenever they talk about the Come Up series, man. Y'all stop playing, man. Y'all know who it is. He go by many names. He go by Tevo. He go by Tivanachi. He go by your mentor's mentor. He go by the OG cousin. He go by the cousin with the wave cap. He go by so many names, man. Hey, I'm running out of names to give him, man. I'm going to yield the floor to the man of the hour. And for anybody who may not know this young man's name, man, this young man's name go by the name of Tevo, man. I appreciate him taking his time away from his family on a Sunday afternoon to come talk to us. So without further ado, I got to do it. I still got to give him a disclaimer. If my mama in the chat, she gonna be like, you ain't do the disclaimer. Why yo ain't know that disclaimer? I was talking to somebody at church today. I told him to pull up this Saturday for the first installment of Discipline Over Dollars, right? We're gonna do I forgot about that. Discipline Over Dollars. The first installment is to this Saturday, June the 4th at the Columbus Public Library. Y'all pull up if you in the Columbus, Georgia area. Get out the way screen so I can share this again. It got all up in my way. Where my thing at? Stop sharing. I don't want to share that. I probably could have kept sharing. I ain't have to stop sharing. Where did my what's the name go? Man, I'm all over the place right now. I don't know where my thing went. Where's my get out of there? End slideshow. There it is. Okay. All right. I had to end my slideshow to see my thing again. Now, let's share it. Let's share it again. See, though, I'm all over the place, man. That's why my mom be like, slow down, man. You need to slow down. You moving too fast. I be like, Mom, I got it, baby. You know I got that ADD. You know it be all over the place. Now, to make my mama happy, we gonna do this. We gonna say it together, y'all. Come on, y'all say it with me, man. Y'all know what the lick read. If you been in the spot again any amount of days, and see, here we go. Now the feds don't want us to do it. The feds don't want us to do it. They won't let the screen share. There you go. All right, y'all say it with me, man. Y'all done seen this before. Y'all know what the lick read. Read it out loud. We're going to replace the eyes with the weeds because the cousin Tevo in the building, man. Disclaimer. 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 Y'all say it with me now on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. We are not financial advisors. We are not fiduciaries. Nothing that we say should be taken as financial advice. Do your own research. Investing involves considerable risk, and you should always consult a financial advisor before making any investment decisions. You feel me? Now that we got that out the way, man, I'm gonna go ahead and yield the flow to the cousin Tevo, man, and I'm gonna let him do what he want to do. And then if you do want to share your screen, Tevo, just share it, and then I'll just pop it up whenever you're ready for it to get to that piece there. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Monsieur Tevo is in the building. Clap it up.
What's up, y'all? I appreciate y'all. Hold on, this acting like it don't want me to share.
It do it get a message about multi screens or whatever? There it is. Oh, that's my wife. I thought that was you. That's it right there.
It say like system, go to system preferences or something. I don't know if I can't share it. It's just one screen anyway. I could read it. It's all good. But no, I appreciate you, Tim, having me on. You know, you did supplemental Sundays, so I had to return the favor. You feel
Okay.
me? I feel like you give all the game that folks really need on a daily basis too. Like you could really follow Tim and keep up with the market. But I appreciate you just even asking me to be on here and get that little extra seasoning. Sometimes you go over somebody's house and they make salmon like you ain't never had it before. Even though your wife, she clean up in the kitchen, but you might go over somebody else's crib and they got that spice from Jamaica or something that might taste a little different. You feel me? So, I definitely appreciate you having me on here. Let me see. So basically, what I'm gonna go over today, I like to keep stuff simple. So the stuff that Tim and Lex and even Mark go over, they get really into the weeds of market structure and technical analysis, some fundamental analysis. I'm more of like a mental person when it comes to trading because I feel like without mentality and without mindset, it's hard to even tackle those other aspects. So I'm gonna go over some of that today. I'm gonna give y'all some of my tips and rules that I follow to stay sane in the market, especially in these type of markets. These is the type of markets that cause depression. They cause huge financial losses. They cause people to rethink their strategies. So you really got to be equipped up top to even be able to get out in these fields to make profit. You feel me? So we'll start off. I did a Tevo's 10 tips. I'm gonna just read it for y'all. So the first one
Oh,
is gonna
hold on, real quick. If um, let's try this real quick before you do it. Try like send it to
okay.
me, and then I since it ain't letting you do it, then I'll just put it up on the screen.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
since it ain't since it's tripping. Cause you see how it was blinking when I tried to put my disclaimer. Them the feds, man. The feds don't want the
Yeah.
people to get this information, man.
You know how that go. Let me see. I'm gonna send it. Mm,
y'all bear with us 2 seconds. The people on the replay, bear with us for 2 seconds. See, this is what you got to deal with live, man. And it's free anyway, so
right. And we family. This
you know what
ain't
I'm saying?
nothing.
We all family. We know how it go, man.
Hey,
We
send
here.
me like your email or something so I could send
Yeah.
it to you.
Yeah, I'm about to do. Yeah, I'm about to do that. That's why I was about to do that. I was trying to hope it was send it to this one. Send it to this one right here. That comes straight to me.
All
Yeah,
right, boom.
that comes straight to me right now. That's all that them official emails. I be ignoring all of that.
Yeah.
Any
All right, I
complaints you
just sent
got?
it to you.
Okay, any complaints you got? I'm sending all those to the sweatshop. You feel me?
Yeah, then go
Hey,
straight to the jump.
straight to the junk, man. I'm still in the slide mode. Get out of there. Okay, let me grab this real quick, and then I'll pop it up on the screen. Uh, now look how Yahoo acting. Boom. PDF. Open him up. It's all
Somebody
pretty
asked me
too.
if I been in energy all year. So I was in energy last year. XLE, that was my highest profit in ticker, right? This year I have not been in it. I've been watching it, but I have not been in it. I should have stayed in it, honestly. I had some 2023s. I had $35 XLE 2023s. And I made a nice little profit off of those. So I sold them, but I definitely could have held on to them and had an even more nicer piece of change. You feel me?
Oh yeah, I
But
got
yeah,
out my
that's
energy
been
early too, and as soon as I got out my energy, I got out of my energy like at the end of December, cause you know what I'm saying, it had did a quick little pullback, and I got out,
Mhm.
and man, that thing took off. I was sitting on the
Still
sideline
going.
like,
Still
I
going.
I appreciate y'all patience, man. So I'm gonna let Tevo go ahead and do his thing, man. Go ahead and rock out, Tevo.
All right, for sure, for sure. So Tevo's 10 tips. Look, these is not in any specific order, right? So don't think like, oh, direction, that's the most highest importance, or play long is the most highest importance. They all equally important. That's why I made the list. You feel me? So starting with direction, basically that's, don't ignore the trend, right? So you go into a day, you think it's going to be bullish or you think it's going to be bearish, but you really got to allow the market to show you what it want to be. You can have your thesis, you can have your strategy, but don't let your hard head override what the market is showing you. Because if the market is showing you that it's popping, don't be trying to come and buck the trend and force it to reverse through your trades. If you see all them green candles, don't be trying to come playing puts. You gotta wait for your confirmation to tell you that it's finna come back, or you gotta ride the trend. You feel me? Don't be afraid to switch. So direction is very important, especially in today's markets where we have the 3% down days, next day 3% up, next day record lows. We had the day where it went into a bear market, bounced, and then ended the day flat. So it's like you really have to see those trends and play them appropriately. Don't never try to buck the trend, because you gonna lose more often than you win trying to buck the trend. You can win sometimes that way, but it's not gonna be healthy for you in the long run. Every day trying to buck the trend. Now, when we get to position size, so all position size is mainly about the amount that you risking in your account. So on short-term trades, especially, you never really want to risk more than 1% of your account, 2% at the absolute most. You have to keep in mind the size of the position that you're taking, so you can minimize the loss if that trade goes sour. If you have $10,000 in your account and you risking $100 on a daily trade, it could go to zero and it's not going to really affect your account that much, because you still have the bulk of your account in there. But really, you shouldn't be letting it go to zero, but we'll get to that. Now, also on position size, you always want to scale in and you always want to scale out. You feel me? So you never want to see a trade in the market and you wanna put in $500 in that trade, and you immediately press buy and buy $500 worth of contracts. You don't want to do that, because the market might throw you a frisbee, it might throw you a boomerang, you don't know what that next candle is gonna look like, whatever time frame you looking on. So you want to have leeway to be able to say, okay, the trade is going how I thought it was going to go. Let me buy them couple extra more. Or this is going reverse. Like you done bought the top, you done bought a call at the top. And now it's like, nah, I don't even want this trade no more. Let me get out, take that small loss, and you move on. Now, if you was to put that whole 500 in there, and say you didn't even watch it immediately, that trade might go against you immediately, and now it's going to be tougher for you to take a small loss because of how the market reacted. You feel me? So always be mindful of your position size. Again, this is something that's going to help you in the long run. Sometimes there are occasions where putting that 500 in might be beneficial to you, but I'm trying to give you tips on how to protect yourself more often than not. Now, when we get to patience, you got to wait for your setup. If you are unsure about a trade, do not buy it. If you are unsure about a trade, you might as well go ahead and paper trade that, or just keep waiting until you get further confirmation on either direction, whether that be up or whether that be down. You never want to FOMO into a breakout. Like you see the market break out in the first 10 minutes that it opened, and now you trying to quick get in and buy some daily calls because you think it's about to be booming. Now, like I said, sometimes that might work. This past Friday, this past Thursday and Friday, that would have worked for you. Them was pure green days. We didn't really see too much red, at least on the index, this past Thursday and Friday. But as we've seen prior to them days, we've seen days where it came open and then it tanked. You feel me? So you don't want to rush into every breakout. You don't want to FOMO. You need to have those that strategy that you have, because everybody has a different strategy, whether it be support and resistance. We'll get into that, but you need to make sure that you're being patient till you see your exact setup, because you don't want to overtrade either. You want to make the minimal amount of quality trades that you can find in the market, in a week or in a month or a year, however many trades you plan on taking. Now to number 4, minimizing risk, right? So that's where we talk about stop losses. You gotta have stop losses. I personally recommend people, especially those who are newer to the market or who have taken big losses before, please use an automated stop losses. Now, if you are good and you're watching your position, you can use mental stop losses, but you got to be disciplined enough to when that amount hit, when that percentage hit of that loss, that you going. It's not no debate. It's not no wait and see. It's not no none of that, because what you need to do for yourself is to protect yourself not only financially but against yourself mentally, because a lot of times people will trade with hope, and so once they get down to that area where they told themselves that they were going to get out, they'll be trying to find things in the market or find reasons in the market that tell them to stay in. That's not good. It's not healthy. Easiest way to blow your account eventually. You got to have them firm stop losses. I personally would never recommend it more than 10 to 20 at max percent. But if you've taken big losses before, then your stop losses might as well be at 10. These are on shorter trades with liquidity, obviously. Some leaps, you can't set a 10% stop loss because the spread on it is already 10% up and 10% down, from where you at. So you would get stopped out immediately. So those you have to treat a little bit differently. Now, you also need to understand your tolerance. So some people with bigger accounts, they may be able to tolerate more than you would be able to if you have a smaller account. Or if you have a smaller account, honestly, you should be using dollar amounts more so than percentages, because it's going to be easier for you to blow your account or to blow more of your account than it would be for somebody who has, a 5-6 figure account. If you have a smaller account, you need to be mindful to say, okay, I'm not willing to lose more than $100 on a trade. If you have, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 in your account, or I'm not willing to lose more than, whatever the number is. But you got to have that dollar amount in your head, so when you're trading and it's time to set up that stop loss, you calculate that percentage, and then once it hits that, you out. Now, it's going to suck and you might get stopped out a lot, but you're minimizing how much you're losing to where when you do get those gains, you can make those losses back easy, rather than having to ride out these big losses that can drain your account a lot faster than you realize in the moment. Now, greed. Everybody knows about greed. This market has presented a lot of opportunities for greedy people within the past 2-3 years, especially just because the state that it was in, and we were in a very strong bull market at one point. So when it comes to greed, you don't want to double down on losers, right? So that goes back to the minimized risk. If you hit your stop loss, that's not time to double down. That's not time to buy more. That's not time. You could eventually buy more, but at that point, you need to get out and reevaluate. You don't need to be averaging down, short-term options that are past your stop loss limit. Now, if you had a strategy to say, okay, if it gets right here, I'm gonna buy more, that's different. But I'm talking about positions that are hit your stop loss limit or they well below your stop loss limit, and now you trying to put more money into them. I'm sure everybody in this chat has a story of an option or a leap or a position that was at a significant loss and they put more money into it thinking they were averaging down and it went lower. So now not only did you lose a lot of that initial money, now you losing more money that could have been put somewhere else, or you could have just held on to, and that's how you compound losses instead of compounding gains, which is what you're supposed to be doing. You feel me? So also a part of greed, you want to take profit, right? So in order to take profit, you have to allow yourself to have runners. You feel me? So that's part of that scaling out, where when you buy a certain amount of contracts, whether that be 3 contracts, 5 contracts, 100 contracts, you have enough to where you can take profit at comfortable levels and still be in the position to allow it to run. So if you have multiple contracts, once it gets to 20%, you might could take some of that profit off the table. Now, what that does, you may not be making a whole bunch of money, especially if you have a smaller account, but you might be able to cover that loss that you took yesterday on that 10% stop that you had. You feel me? You might be able to cover some of the losses that are to come, or you might be able to just up your stop loss to where you take that 20% and then you up your stop loss to your break even level. So if everything goes bad, the market turns bad, you got to go to the grocery store, why like that, you at least made some money off the trade. So you're not just paying your bro some commissions and you ain't getting nothing from it. You feel me? Now, along with this, say you don't have enough money to buy multiple contracts and you take profit. You cannot allow yourself to be using, I call it the Lucifer language. And anybody that talks to me knows I do not allow people to say these 3 words around me: woulda, coulda, and shoulda. You can't do that. All 3 of those words are rooted in greed, because you looking back on what you woulda, coulda, or shoulda did on a trade that's long gone. We know that from going to church and from God. I don't know how many. I mean, we on Sunday, y'all here on Sunday. Hopefully, y'all went to church today. God don't care about that either. What you woulda, coulda, or shoulda did. You can't take nothing back in life. Everything that you did, it's already done. It's written. It's over. You can't do nothing but move on. So if you want to look back on any trades, it should be looking back as a lesson to see what you can do going forward. But the woulda, coulda, and shoulda, that's you feeding into a greedy mindset, as if you can go back and do something differently that you can't do. So it's unhealthy. It's unhealthy, and it's not a habit that you want to continue to allow yourself to think, because it's not only going to cause you to make bad decisions, but just your mental space in trading, period. It's not like a place that you want to be in when you trading on essentially a job that you lose money by making mistakes. It's very many jobs or activities or hobbies or things that you can do where if you mess up, you're gonna lose money. If you do that at your 9 to 5, you're probably not gonna lose money, unless like a mechanic or something like that. You mess up as a mechanic, you might lose some money. You feel me? If you mess up as a doctor, you might lose some money. You feel me? And if you tell your patient, well, I shoulda, they not trying to hear that. You feel me? So those type of jobs, you can't focus on that. You really got to focus on what you need to do going forward. Now, strategy. Okay. So strategy, you got to find one that works for you. The reason why I try on the supplemental Sundays to present people with a lot of different strategies is because every single person is different. Everybody mind work differently. Everybody's account is different. Everybody's background is different. Everybody's needs is different. Everybody's financial situation is different. So I can't tell you to, be a scouter and you got 5 toddlers at the crib that's running around crazy. I can't tell you to do that. I can't tell you to play long term and you 60 years old and you trying to retire in a little bit. I can't tell you to do that. Everybody has different needs and different mindsets that are conducive to what's going to go into their trading strategy. So there's plenty of different strategies. There's support and resistance, there's price action, there's EMAs, there's only going long, there's only doing shares, there's scalpers, there's day traders, there's futures, there's crypto, there's all these different strategies. My advice is not only do you educate yourself on different strategies, but also that you find people that are like you, that are similar situations to you or similar risk tolerance to you. We have a whole community of cousins that a lot of people, as we've kind of, I wouldn't say broke up, but we're not, it just got too big to all be in one space. People all have their different groups. Some are geographical, the New Jersey cousins and the Cali cousins. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to find people and find strategies that work for your situation. And whether you got to paper trade them, whether you got to do them for a little while to see if it works for you. If it doesn't, try something else. You just got to figure it out, man, because ain't nobody going to hold your hand through this. And ain't nobody going to give you your money back if you lose it in the market. So you can't look to other people to say, oh, well, you told me to do this and I didn't make no money off of it. That person might be making money off of it. Kiki make money in ways that I would never try in the market because my risk tolerance is different. You feel me? So you can't ever look at somebody else's strategy and be like, that strategy weak. It might work for them. They might only need EMAs and it works in their mind, to where they have the tolerance or they have the setup or they have the strategy down pat and they profitable off of it. A lot of these people you never gonna really know anyways because they not gonna show you their account. So you got to be skeptical from jump. That's why you really need to focus on yourself. And the information is out there, whether it be ICT, Tim, Lex, Zay, plenty of people out there that give plenty of different strategies to be able to read the market. So if you haven't found one yet, just keep trying and keep trying new stuff until you get what you need down pat. All right, now we're going to go to profit, right? So when we talking about profit, if you are just starting, you need to make sure that you are getting small, consistent gains. If you are coming out of a big loss, you need to make sure that you are getting small, consistent gains. If you are working a 9 to 5 and you can't trade like that, you either need to go long or them days off that you do have, you need to go for small, consistent gains. When you are a trader, the people that last the longest are the people who get small, consistent gains. Why? Because with those small gains that they're getting, they're telling you that not only are their gains small, but their losses are smaller. When people have those big gains, usually they have a big risk tolerance and it comes with big losses as well. You feel me? And a lot of them losses you either not going to hear about or you going to find out about those yourself before you find out about those big gains. You feel me? So make sure that you are going for consistency and small gains, okay? That's going to take leaving runners. So like I said, buying multiple contracts, you leave some runners and you scale out. Make sure that when you take in those small losses, those 10%, this is the thing about trading. You don't need a high win percent rate. You could you could win 60% of your trades and still be profitable, depending on how small your losses are. So all it is making those small profits bigger than those small losses. Okay? Because technically, you can go broke taking profit. People say, oh, you can't go broke taking profit. You can go broke taking profit if your losses are bigger. Because if you taking these small profits over and over again, but you taking big losses, like you quick to get out when it's green, but you not quick to get out when it's red. You will go broke doing that. Trust me, you will go broke doing that. So you want to have some consistency in your profits, not just your green positions, but your actual profit dollar amount. And you need to keep track, whether you keep a notebook, whether you do it on your notes app. Every gain and loss that you have, you need to be keeping track. Or even the Webull is my favorite trading app because it keeps track of it for you. It gives you a nice little calendar, and you could pull it up and it'll show you every single day of that month what you made and what you lost on that day. So it kind of keep track for you. If you don't like Webull or you use something else, you don't want to switch, I understand. But you need to be keeping track so you're realizing, how your gains and losses is adding up on a daily or on a weekly basis, depending on how much you trade. All right. So 8 is learn. So learn is very important. Every loss that you take should come with a lesson. It really needs to come with a lesson. You really got to review, what went wrong. Sometimes the market just does what it does. But, a lot of times there is something to point to, whether it be FOMC meetings or, this coming out or CEOs saying this, like what happened with Twitter and, what happened with Snapchat, or Tesla all the time. You never know what Elon gonna say. So you have to be able to learn from those losses and see if there was anything that you could have done differently. Not to say, oh, I could have or should have did this, but just being mindful going forward, what you need to be mindful of to make sure you're not making the same mistakes. Now, of course, every trade is not going to go your way. So like I said, sometimes it's not a mistake. Sometimes, the market went how it went and you just got out with a small loss appropriately. If that was the case, you need to notate that too. Like, this was a loss, but this was, quote unquote, a good loss. It was a small loss. I prevented myself from losing what could have been a negative 50% position. You feel me? Now, on the flip side, depending on the person you are, I wouldn't say that everybody needs to do this, but if you are mentally mature enough to do this, then those big missed wins, you should go back and review those. So if you sold at 40%, or you sold all your runners at 50%, or you got all out at 50%, and the position went to 500%, you need to review that, because that means that the person that you sold them contracts to actually made more money than you did. You feel me? And that is a mistake on the other end, where yes, you took profits, but you got out significantly early. So you need to review if you didn't see something, or if the breakout was just so strong, the volume was so strong, and you got out because you were scared. And now you need to be mindful of not being scared in a position that is that strong, or if you need to have one more runner that you need to save to just keep, just to be able to have exposure to that extra profit, whatever that lesson is in that moment, you need to document these things so that you can use them going forward, not to beat yourself up, not to look at yourself a certain kind of way, not to tear yourself down, but to build on it. It's almost like reviewing film. Like, if you Tom Brady or you LeBron James, whatever, they so great because they go back and they watch that film. They like, dang, I missed that layup, or dang, I missed that pass, or dang, I missed such and such was open. you know, it's not to say like they a bad player now, or you know, they just can't get it in that moment. It's like, no, I need to be mindful of this next time I'm in that situation to know, okay, last time we was here, this is what happened, or last time we was here, this is what I missed out on. You feel me? You gotta have that same type of energy in this playing field. All right. Now, number 9, very, very important. And this is something that I did heavy this year. You know, I did heavy probably from February to April, was I took a mental break. You know, I spent more time with my kids. I went outside more. You know, I started coaching flag football. I started, you know, getting into youth basketball, you know, because what that does is it helps you clear your mind and give you a reset. Now, you don't have to do that for months. You know, obviously, you know, that was kind of dramatic, but me personally, I needed it because it was like nonstop stocks for like 2 years. You feel me? And that's not really my style. Like I ain't never called myself a trader. If y'all notice that, I don't have that on none of my, you know, Instagram, Twitter. I'm not taking away from nobody that does, because some people really love trading. That's not something that I love. It's a way to make money. It's a legal way to make money. It's a way to to bring to your family without having to prove to anybody that you got experience or that you got X, Y, or Z or a degree or any of that. So, you know, it's almost like being in the streets where you don't have to prove nothing to nobody. If you know what you're doing, you can get money out of it. You feel me? So that's why I like it, but it's not something that I love or want to do 24/7, or, you know, I ever want to define myself as, you know. So I need that mental break where now, you know, I'm back at it. I'm in the market, you know, but sometimes you might just need it after a bad day. You take a bad loss, go outside, go, you know, chill with your wife, go on a date or something if you got some bread left. You know what I'm saying? You know, call your mama, FaceTime your mama that you ain't talked to, you know, all week because you've been in them positions and stressing and worrying about what's going to happen overnight and when the London Open and all of that. Like sometimes you just got to close that computer and really get your mind back right, because trust me, when it's all said and done and folks got to bury you, they not finna be up on the podium talking about, man, I remember that Tesla trade that he had told us about. I wish he was here to give us more. They not finna be caring about that. They gonna be talking about who you is as a person. And if you a depressed, down person, always worrying about trading, it's gonna reflect when you pass. And not that you was a good trader. It's gonna reflect like, you know, some people might be relieved that you gone. Just keeping it 100. You feel me? So don't, you gotta really be able to control your own energy, especially when these people that's in trading that's doing this is usually either the breadwinner or they the person that's really trying to change something in their generations or their family. You got to have your mind right to do so. That's what some of the greatest leaders, what was special about them. Malcolm X could get on a podium and look the Grim Reaper in the face and still give his message. You feel me? Because he had his mindset and his energy right. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing about Nipsey. You know, y'all know I'm a big Nipsey fan. It don't matter what was in front of him. He had his mindset right. But you got to do certain things to take care of yourself, because ain't nobody going to do that for you. And then number 10, the final one, which is probably the most important in trading, is play the long, man. I know a lot of people want to day trade. It's cool. I'm not knocking day trading. You know, I might hop in and out of a trade every now and then. But when you doing that, set some of them profits to the side, you know, whether it even be 25% of profits. If you make $100 from a trade, if you make $1,000 from a trade, you know, set 250 to the side and put that in stocks. Put that in the index. Put that in the IRA. Put that in, you know, maybe even a leap, a safe leap. But put it somewhere that has a longer point of view, because the market is not guaranteed to go up in a day. It's not guaranteed to go up in a month. It's not guaranteed to go up in a year. But in 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, it's guaranteed to go up. It's proven. You know, the market, it's been a market for what, over 100 years now. And y'all see the growth. Like I don't even gotta pull up the chart. Everybody knows how much it's grown. You feel me? I think if you put, they said if you would have put $300 in Apple, that's what it costs to get an iPod in 2001. If you would have put that in the market instead in Apple, you would have like $50,000 or something crazy like that. It's the same thing for Tesla. When the first Tesla came out, if you would have put that money in Tesla stock instead of the car, you would have a crazy amount of money. Y'all see the chart. Tim got it up. It's guaranteed to go up. That's the only thing that's guaranteed in the market. These folks is going to get their money. When we start talking about white folks' money, this is where a lot of them got it. So you want to participate in that. It's not going to come from day trading. Day trading might get you some income. Take some of that money, put it to the side, and if you got to buy a partial leap or you got to buy a partial Fidelity index or Vanguard index or whatever your index of choice, a SoFi index, I don't care what it is, but put something in there. 150, 20. If you got kids, put it in a long-term index and just keep dollar cost averaging that down, and you guarantee the return over time. So then say, God forbid, something happened to you or something happened to one of your kids, you're not going to be calling up the insurance company every single day trying to prove that you liable or they responsible to fulfill this policy, because you already got some bread in this long-term account you got chilling. Or God forbid we do go through a recession, not this current one, but in 20 more years, you got some bread that you could tap into. Or your son or your grandson want to start a business, you got some bread to give to them, that you could cash out some stocks that's in some good companies. Look at that return right there. It speaks for itself. So I want to make sure that people ain't getting so caught up in these day-to-day, movements, because yes, it's good to make income. Just put some of it to the side. That's all that I'm going to say. And on that note, that's my 10 tips. Hopefully y'all took something from it. I know some of them are generic, but again, it's a reminder, and it's hopefully helping y'all to remember some of these things as you go on into this trading journey that we all on.
Man, I appreciate you, Tevo. Man, y'all better clap it up in the chat for the cousin, man. Y'all better clap it up in the chat for the y'all know I stay threatening the spider game. I'm one of them bully cousins, you feel me? I be like, you better do
Yeah.
this or I ain't never doing this no more. Man, y'all better clap it up for Tevo, man. Hey, while we get ready to get up out of here, man, if anybody got any questions, man, drop something in the chat. I want to let y'all know the most important thing that I heard from, you know what I'm saying, off rip. The most important thing I heard Tevo say today, I'll be taking notes, right, was learn from your winners. Learn from your winners. If you get out, you feel me? If you get out at 50% and it run to 500, what shook you out that position?
Mm-hmm.
What and you didn't even get, just say you didn't get shook out. 50% was your target. The one thing he said was key. What did you not see about
Mm-hmm.
that position? Because you got out drastically early from the full
Mm-hmm.
run of that position. Learn from your winners, man. If y'all don't take nothing else from this whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
learn from your winners and your losers. Don't just learn from your losers. And the second thing, you can't go broke taking profits if you quick to jump out when it's green and you hang on a little bit longer
Mm-hmm.
when it's red. Cause you gonna run out of money. You know what I'm saying? That
Exactly.
math ain't mathing. If you making $2 a trade and losing $3 a trade, that math ain't math, and you gonna run out of money, cousin.
Facts.
You
That is
feel
a
me?
fact.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you, baby. Anybody got anything in the chat, baby? Anybody got any questions in there? Um, shout out all the cousins that was, you know what I'm saying, showing love in the chat while we was going along. Shout out to Cousins that was, you know what I'm saying, relating to what he was saying. Shout out Red. Red say he got some stories to tell. Red, we all got stories to tell about, you know what I'm saying, hanging on to getting down bad on positions and then fighting your way back. You feel me? It don't feel good when you look at your account and it say you made $2,000 today, but you still red. You know what I'm saying? Cause you so deep in the hole on the lose. I done been there. I ain't gonna hold you. I done been
Facts.
there. You know what I'm saying? It say, I made $2,500 a day, but I'm still down 4,000. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, we all done been there.
Yo, anybody, y'all ain't got nothing, ain't no questions. Hey, you know what, man? Not only do I appreciate you for taking your time, Tevo, I appreciate you for keeping it simple, keeping it real, and Spider Gang. If y'all notice, everything that Tevo said today, you done heard Mark say it, you done heard me say it, you done heard Jolene say it, you done heard Kiki say it, you done heard Zay say it, you done heard P-Dub say it, you done heard Lex say it, you done heard just about any cousin you can think of, they done said the same thing. You know why? Because there ain't no need to reinvent the wheel. It's only one wheel. It's round. Once you learn how to ride it, you just ride. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to make a triangle wheel. Get on that same round wheel, learn how to ride it, and just go.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out Boogie with the super chat. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Boogie with the super chat. Tevo, to hedge leaps or take profits before corrections. He asking, do you hedge leaps or take profits before corrections?
I
That
mean,
sounds like a personal preference.
right. It really is. If you asking me personally, I'll take profits. Like the beginning of this year, I didn't really feel comfortable about what we was going into. And so I sold everything in my account. I sold everything in my account. I was gonna start doing like a 12 trades a year, which I'm still only at like number 5, you know, and we finna end May, so I'm on track. But I sold and took my profits on all my leaps. Now, it really depends on the company because as we can see, a correction in a high growth stock is going to be way more damaging than a correction in a defensive stock. Or, there's different sectors and there's different types of companies. So you just have to be mindful of the type of company if you in. If you in a high growth stock, it would be better for you to take profits than to try to hedge it because your hedge might not cover your loss in that leap. That might not come back if it depending on how long the correction is. So, it is personal preference, and some people they still learning puts. Like you can't say you're gonna hedge and you don't know how to hedge. There's a lot of people that's been asking about hedging. We taught hedging, a year and a half ago on Sector Sundays, and people, I don't know if it just didn't click or they're just still scary or what. You like, I can't, I could give you the gun. I can't make you shoot it when it's time to shoot.
That's facts. Cause it's like I'm still shaky when it comes to playing puts. Like I can play like day trading puts, but when it
Yeah.
comes to like swinging puts, I still suck at that. But and I admit that I know my shortcomings. So it's like I did the same. Everybody already know. I went all cash at the beginning of the year when we ran up in January and we started pulling back a little bit. Like we ran up in December, and then the first day of January we started falling. All
Yeah.
my leaps, everything. I went all cash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
feel it. I did the same thing.
Yup.
I did the same thing. But yeah.
Baby, anybody got any other questions? I don't feel like scrolling through the chat. We ain't even gonna hold TiVo up. I don't see no questions in the bottom down here, and I don't feel like scrolling back. Y'all know how I do Spider Game, man. I'm a big old bully. I done got like my mama. I said, Mama, you done turned into a mean old lady. I done turned into a mean old man. You feel me? hey, Tevo, I appreciate you, man.
For
I
sure, man.
I know you you're not a mentor. You know what I'm saying? You're not a teacher. You're not an influencer. Um, if do you got anything you want to share with the people? Do you got any discords or any store? Everybody want to be, you know what I'm saying, a fashion. Everybody want to be a fashion design seller these days. Everybody got merch stores. I got my merch store. Everybody, do you got some TiVo merch on deck? You got anything you want to share with
Nah,
the people?
man.
Oh man,
Listen, man.
Tevo say, man, I'm just a father and an investor. I'm not a day
Yeah.
trader. I'm not a mentor. I'm not
I'm
a
just a
influencer.
black man in America, man. I'm blessed to be alive, man. And I just,
Man, he said it
honestly,
good.
I try to do what I can, man. I try to do what I can. I got a lot on my plate in real life already. So like all the extra, clothing line and discords and all of that, I'm just not really into that. People be trying to push me to do it, but it's like I know who I am. And if y'all paid for me, y'all would not want that version of me. You feel me? So y'all gonna get this free version. I could hop in and hop out when I want to because I'm not obligated to nobody. But I love helping people, so I'm here to help anybody that asks me a question. 90% of the time you'll get an answer. I need you, I don't need it, you need to come back with a different question. You know what I mean? That's all that is. It's no harm, no nothing like that. But I gotta protect my energy just like you gotta protect yours. So
Oh
it's
man,
just a respect thing.
The
But
feds messing with Tevo Wi-Fi, man. They messing with his Wi-Fi now. Hey,
it
hey,
went
I'm the
out.
same way, man. You don't want the paid version of me. Just stick with his free
Don't.
stuff, man.
Real
That's it,
talk.
man. You see what Tasha say? Hey, stay true to who you are. Love it. What's up,
That's
Tasha?
it.
Tell Snoopy. I said, arf, 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 arf. He know what that mean. Snoopy know what that mean. Hey. Hey man, I appreciate you, Tevo. I appreciate everybody that tapped in, man. Yeah, y'all hit the like button. Y'all share this with a cousin or three. You know what I'm saying? It's something in here for everybody. This man broke down so many different aspects of trade and direction, position size, patience, minimize risk, greed, strategy, profit. Learn from your winners and your losers, mental breaks, and play the long game, man. When you go out there and you lick for 100%, 500%, man, take at least 70% of those winnings and put it into
Mm-hmm.
something long term, man. Take
Mm-hmm.
at least 70% and put it into something long term. Because you know what? That's just free money that the market gave you to put back. Well, Tim, why you say take 70%? So you can take that other 30% and pay Uncle Sam, man. Uncle Sam want his money.
That's right. Gotta
You
pay Uncle
feel
Sam.
me? Yeah, man. But yeah, man, y'all know what it is, man. We gonna be back here tomorrow at 6:30 to do the price action review. Um, I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. When we run out of cousins to do the Tim's Tidbit takeovers, I ain't even gonna be doing no Tim's Tidbit on Sundays no more because it's only so much teaching you can do. Remember when I said it's only one wheel? It's a round wheel. Once you get on that wheel and learn how to ride it, there's no more teaching to be done, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
unless I have cousins coming on that's gonna share their point of view of this right here, we ain't gonna do Tim's Tidbit on Sundays no more. We just cause we rocking every day doing the price action recap. Cause once you learn how to do it, all thing you can do is do it. You know what I'm saying? I can
Mm-hmm.
come on, Tevo can come on here and teach a class. I come on here and teach a class. Let's come on here and teach a class. You know what I'm saying? Boyd, Peter, Keith, Eric come on here teaching classes. But like Tevo say, if you don't execute, we can't pull the trigger for you. You know what I'm saying?
Can't.
We can put it in your hand. We can show you how to do it. But if you don't do
Mm-hmm.
it yourself, you feel me? So you know what I'm
Ain't
saying?
nothing I can do.
And let's cut. We got P Dub next week. We got Q on the we got P Dub on the 5th. Let me look at my calendar. We got P Dub on the 5th of June. We got Q on the 12th of June. I'm going on vacation the 19th, that week of the 19th. We going on vacation. Father's Day, Juneteenth, all of that we celebrating. And then I'm trying to get AJ's supposed to be confirming with me if she gonna do the 26th. She texted me yesterday on like she checking her schedule. But if any
She
other cousins
checking your
want to come on
schedule.
and share their stuff, let me know. Any Sunday you want to do, and we'll set it up. But you know what I'm saying? From now on, Tim's Tidbit just gonna be Tim's Tidbit takeovers. We just gonna do the price action recap throughout the week, and we're gonna do the weekly wrap up at the end of the week because ain't nothing else to teach, man. Ain't nothing. I'm a trader. You know what I'm saying? I'm a trader and I invest long term for my kids. So I already taught about how I learned how to trade. I taught about how I invest long term for my kids. I taught about how I invest long term in my mother's account for her grandkids. And I can't teach nothing else. So hey, we just gonna do the price action review. That's all we doing. You know what I'm saying? I love the love. Y'all go out and support my family, man. I already shouted them out. I'm doing it for free. I ain't gonna never charge. If you want to support me, pull up the newtlr.com, get you some Spider Gang merch. We got super chats now. If you want to support me, hit a super chat. YouTube gonna take 50% of that, but hey, hit the super chat if you want to do that right there. Yeah, and support my family, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all push the like button. Share it. I don't know if I forgot it. If I forgot you, charge to my head, not my heart, man. Gone.